This may be the hardest welding job out there. If we assume that the job of a welder is simply just laying down bead after bead, then this job takes the cake on being the hardest. First off, this is a copper roof being seal welded all the way around it. None of these welds are structural, and all the ones on the top don't even need to look nice because nobody will ever see them. They simply just need to hold the water out. So how could this be the hardest welding job if the welds don't really matter? Well, that has to do with every other fact taken into account. Before the welding company that I subcontract for came into existence, roofing companies had to fly over welders from Europe into North America to seal weld these one-piece roofs. The idea behind these roofs is that they have no external fasteners and expand and contract as one piece so that they can stand the test of time. These roofs are usually made out of aluminum, but in this case it's 1.2 millimeter thick copper. And for my Imperial folk out there, that's not quite 1/16. Because of how thin it is and it's a specialty metal, we use a TIG torch outdoors. When I was in welding school, they said you could never use TIG outside. For those who don't know, TIG is commonly known as the hardest welding type. It consists of having a torch that turns the metal into a puddle and then dabbing in a filler rod to make the weld. You would normally have a foot pedal to adjust your heat and make the puddle bigger or smaller. In this case, I use a slider switch on the torch in order to adjust my heat. This is already equivalent to rubbing your belly and patting your head and doing sign language with your free hand. It is super easy to blow a big hole in these copper sheets, in which you need a lot of skill in order to fill. Now factor in the Alberta climate and the thermal conductivity of copper. There's been too many times that the sun comes out from behind a cloud and you blow a big hole in the copper sheet. If you only welded on nice days, the job would never get done. I've welded in -20 and +40 degrees Celsius. And let me tell you, both suck. But the worst factor of them all is the wind. When welding, it's essential that you use a shielding gas in order to protect the weld pool from reacting with the outside air. This shielding gas comes out the nozzle of the torch, and without it, you ain't gonna weld or seal anything. If a breeze rolls through and takes the shielding gas away, you're left with a massive hole in the copper. If you manage to avoid the big hole, you're still left with a burnt out electrode and bubbles in your weld known as porosity. This video is in the easiest position that I have to do, but most of the welds I have to make are overhead. So you do definitely have to know how to weld in all positions, and how to dodge the hot globs of copper in a t-shirt.